What up, guys? It's your boy Manny Hernandez here, and thank you for being here watching this video. First of all, let me say this. What I'm about to reveal in this video will not make me friends. In fact, I might make a lot of enemies by revealing this information to you guys, because this is the stuff that solo ad sellers don't want you to know, or maybe it's not that they don't want you to know it, but they don't want you to be thinking about it when you're buying traffic from them. And I'm the first one. When I was a big solo ad seller, actually I still sell solo ads because people keep buying it. That's I felt into the same category. I'm not gonna be here trying to play the solo ad. Mother Teresa guy. No, that's something that as solo vendors usually you learn to cope with, because it's just you learn quickly when you come into the industry that is actually part of the game. It's part of the game. That's how the industry works. And many buyers that don't understand the ins and outs, they don't understand these, and sadly that many times they don't get results from a solo ad, and they always wondering why they didn't get results. So now in this video you will learn why you have not been getting results from your solo ad. And the reason I say this is because a couple guys, after we released the beta of Rock Solid Traffic, people have been getting amazing results and awesome stuff. But some people have come back to me saying, "But man, I'm not getting the same opt-in rate that I get on a solo ad," and that's understandable. They're like, on a solo ad I get like 50-60% opt-in rates, and I'm like, well, that's amazing, but let's sit down and analyze what you're actually getting to see if you're getting actually quality, because they don't understand. They're like, how come I'm getting like 35% from your traffic and I'm getting way more sales than from a solo ad vendor that is delivering 50 and 60%? That's something that it was one guy couldn't understand. He couldn't make up his mind. How is that on a solo ad he gets far more leads but far less sales, and here you get less leads but far more and more sales? Well, this video will reveal exactly why is that. So first of all, let's jump in the computer real quick. All right, and now that you're saying this is the first thing that you need to understand when you buy a solo ad. When you buy a solo ad, 90% of the time the seller will guarantee you 70% tier 1 traffic. That means traffic that comes from United States, Canada, Australia, and United Kingdom. So 70%, that means that 30% comes from tier 2 and tier 3 countries that can actually purchase. So let's use a 1,000 click hypothetical for easy numbers here. So you buy 1,000 clicks and you get 50% conversion rate, right? So that means that you got 500 opt-ins. Awesome, amazing, you're killing it, my man. Awesome squeeze page. You need to start selling your copywriting services, because your headline, it's getting you 50% opt-in rate. You can make a service out of that, right? Well, hold on your horses. Before you run to make your service and start offering copywriting service, let's analyze what you actually got to see if that is actually true. So you got 500 opt-ins. Perfect. So out of the 500 opt-ins, remember that 30% of those 500 opt-ins comes from tier 2 and tier 3 countries. And usually they can't buy what you're selling. Remember, because you're getting 70% tier 1 traffic. So that means that 30% of 500 equals 150. Follow me there? So 500 minus 150 equals 350. And 350 divided by the 1,000 clicks that you purchased equals 0.35. That means that your effective opt-in rate is actually 35%, not 50%. Because what good does it do? It makes you if you got leads on your list that cannot buy shit from you. All right? And excuse my French, and I hope that I'm not being too honest here. I'm just trying to educate you on how solo ads actually work, so that when you go out buying traffic, regardless if you buy from me or from whoever it is that you buy traffic from, you have a full understanding on what are you actually purchasing. All right? So let's move forward here. So you got a 35% opt-in rate. Well, that is not even counting that nowadays, despite who you buy a solo ad from, you usually get around from 10% to 40% bot clicks. Sad, but true. But we're not gonna even factor that into my mathematical equation here. So let's say that you found the good sellers, because they are good sellers in the industry. There are awesome sellers actually around, real, unicorns. I call them unicorns. Very hard to find, but they exist around, Well, unicorns don't exist. Sorry about that. Maybe bad analogy, but you always find a few unicorns around that have figured out a way not to get butt clicks into their traffic. But let's put that aside. Let's say that you are buying traffic that you're not getting butt clicks, which is very, very unlikely. So that means, okay, cool. Now you have 350 leads that can actually buy your product on your list. But wait a second, don't go too fast. Don't start emailing them too fast. Let's analyze them here in a bit. So you need to be aware that each lead that you get from a solo ad seller, it's already on at least 100 other marketers' list. And I am keeping numbers very conservative here. It's actually more. And you might be thinking, Manny, how is that even possible? Well, let me make a pause here and elaborate why this happens. So, when somebody comes into the industry to sell solo ads, back in 2012, 2013, selling solo ads became a trend. It became a trend. And it was one of the easiest ways to make money online. You come into the industry and you build a list and you start selling traffic from that list. That was the concept. It's a concept that still today, 2016, works. But since it kind of went viral, and thousands, and then I remember there were like hundreds of coaches, so-called coaches around, that they were teaching people how to do this, how to come into the industry and start selling solo ads. There were so many WSOs. If you don't know what a WSO is, it stands for Warrior Special Offer, that sells on the Warrior Forum, for those of you that know what I'm talking about. Ebooks, like 1 million ebooks teaching people how to become a solo ad seller. Like, it became a mess. It became a trend. All right? And there were a lot of people coming into the industry, coming to build lists and sell clicks. Now, how do you build a list? This is exactly what each and every one of them were doing, including myself. I'm not here trying to be Mother Teresa. I did the exact same thing, all right? I'm just keeping shit real with you here, all right? So the way that you do that is that you buy solo ads. Then usually what you do, this is the strategy. This is a new strategy. I never use this strategy, but I see people around using it, and it actually works, especially if you're looking to become a solo ad seller. See, here's what you do. You create a capture page, plug it into your Aweber, get response, whatever fits your taste, and you put a thank you page. All right, so you got a capture page, thank you page. On your thank you page, you will place many links 5, 6, 7 links. Each link will be a hyperlink with a call to action, like make money in 2 minutes, get 1,000 million traffic sources, learn how to become a millionaire by tomorrow, this special bonus, go here, go there. Many links on the thank you page, right? Actually, each link is the same rotator link. Actually, that's how it works. Then on the top, you put a video. On the video, you come in front of the camera and you say something like, hey, thank you for subscribing to my list. With the free ebook, the free crap that I offer you on the Squeeze page is on their way to your inbox. So make sure you check that. But while you wait, here below this video, you will find amazing bonuses, unannounced bonuses that you will absolutely love. So I want you to go right here and click on all the links below here, because you're gonna get all these bonuses and you're gonna make money so fast. All right? So thank you for being my subscriber. So that's pretty much what the video will say. And now, so I have that, I have my capture page, I have my thank you page with my video driving people to click on all the links below. And now I will go to the marketplace and I will sell something that is called funnel clicks. Funnel clicks, you can sell them for around 25, 30 cents, 40 cents, depending, depending on the market and your reputation and whatever. And now you sell to other 5 or 6 solo sellers your solo clicks. And what happens is that you use that money and you buy a solo ad. The solo ad comes in the capture page, your capture page. They join your list, so you got that subscriber. They go into the thank you page. They see the links. They click on the links. They see another capture page. They opt in and opt in and opt in. And that is just from one solo ad. They opt in into around 5 or 6 other emails right then and there. Why will you do that? You may be asking, Manny. Simple, because now I didn't use my money to buy the solo ad and build my list. I used somebody else's money to do that. And I'm sorry if you're watching this and you're a solo ad seller, but you know that this is how it works. I'm sorry. That's how it works. I said it. All right? I said it. If you want to hate me for that, I am sorry, but I'm just telling the truth. All right. So that's how it works. So that's how I know. So that's from one solo ad, right? So the guy's buying solo ads every day, and everybody's buying solo ads from everybody. Everybody from everybody buying solo ads. And that noob that wanted to make money online once came into the list, and what he found is like, he never actually made money. He found himself opting in and opting in and opting in on list after list after list after list. All right? So that's how I know that at least that lead belongs to over 100 other marketers' lists. And I know this because I own the biggest solo ad group in the whole industry, me, Manny Hernandez. If you go to Solo Ads Testimonials, you will see that last time I checked, we had well over 20,000 members there, which around 60 to 70% of them are actually solo ad sellers, and the rest are actually just buyers. So what are they doing? Buying from each other. I used to do the same. Actually, I haven't bought a solo ad in quite a while. Actually, it's been years. Once I saw that, I didn't like it. It wasn't producing the results that I was wanting, and I changed my strategy because I am a real marketer. I didn't came into this industry as a noob. I was already making a lot of money, and this was just as an entrepreneur, you're always looking to add more sources of income into your portfolio, and solo ads were, the new thing and trendy. So I got into it and I crushed it. Till today, I still sell solo ads. But although that I'm moving away and I'm right now looking into sell something that is actually better. But that's how it works. So I'm gonna let that sink in for a minute. So you got 350 actual leads that can buy your product. And you got, but each and every single one of those leads belong to other marketers' list. If you think that that alone is worse, get this. What I'm going to tell you right now is going to blow your mind. So let's say that out of those 100, just 50 are other solo ad sellers, and the other 50 are people who are actually promoting their offer, Empower, Digital Altitude, Mobi, so many opportunities, right? So they're actually trying to build their downline or their little MLM or whatever. So with 50 of them are solo ad sellers, the other 50, and this is just for easy numbers. It could actually be way more than that. So get this. The average amount of times that each solo ad seller mails his list is 3 times per day. I will say it again. The average amount of times that each solo ad seller mails his list is at least 3 times per day. What does that mean to you? Well, that means that 50, remember 50 of them were solo ad sellers, times 3 equals 150 emails. 150 plus the other 50, the people who are actually promoting one offer and mailing just once a day and blah, 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 equals 200. So that means that each lead receive on average, it's actually more, I think, 200 emails per day, all with different make money online offers. So yes, you got 50% opt-in rate. 35% is your effective rate. But you are now out of the gate. You are competing with at least 200 other emails in the inbox when you mail your lead. I hope you are a good copywriter to get that person's attention. I hope you really are. So do you think you got awesome results out of your 50% opt-in rate? Again, guys, what I'm talking about here is the average. This is the normal. This is what you usually find in the industry. I am not by no means saying that every solo ad seller does this or this is what they do. The vast majority do, but not everybody does. You need to understand that. I need to be clear about it. There are many good solo ad sellers out there doing the right thing, mailing correctly, so and doing their stuff the right way. And there are others that even do crazy things. And I'm not gonna even get into how is that they get people to click on their links. Like, you get 50% opt-in rate, more than likely is a clickbait. Something that is very normal to see, and I'm gonna make so much enemies here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just saying the truth. You can say you can say that I'm saying all this because I want to sell my traffic and I need to bash solo ads. You can feel free, be my guest. Please do it. So that way you can continue to sell your solo ads. Here's something else that they do. I didn't put it on the slides because it's just pop in my mind right now. So many times they mail 3 times a day. Many times what they do is their email subjects will be, and if you have been in a solo ad list, you know this, like your payment has arrived, PayPal transaction code, blah 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 blah, right? Your check, we have your check where you want it delivered. Those are the type of subjects. And then when they open the email, because they think, oh shit, I got money, they say something like, all right, go here, click here on this link to get your payment. Make sure you give us your email address on the next page. So the person goes without even reading, click on the link, lands on a page. Of course, the page is asking for their email, and they think, well, if I put my email here, I'm gonna get the payment that they say that I supposedly received for, I don't know why. And people do that because they don't know better. They don't know better. It's sad. It's, it's sad, I know. It sucks, but that is what is happening. That is usually what happens with in the solo ad industry. Now, how are we different? How is rock solid traffic different? I have been an internet marketer for so many years, almost a decade now. Well, 8 years to be more exact. And since 2013, I've been mastering traffic. We started developing systems and scripts because I didn't want in 2012, end of 2012, beginning of 2013 is when I got into the solo ad industry, and that's when I discovered all this. And I was doing exactly just the same things that I mentioned here, exactly all that. I've been there, done that. I'm not gonna lie about it. But soon I realized that if I wanted to keep my list fresh, I had to do other things. So I started doing self-hosted autoresponders, and that's pretty much how I deliver my solo ads. I get a bunch of data, good people, and I mail the data, and I get clicks. It's actually better than building your list from other solo ad sellers. It's way more complex though. That's why many solo ad sellers don't get into that game, because keeping a self-hosted autoresponders server up with the IPs warm and the feedback loops and all that, and I'm not gonna get into all the text, it's hard. It's really hard, but we got to master that, and we do that, and we get good results. But still, it's still not as good. So at the same time, while we were mastering that, we started getting into marketing for Fortune 500 companies, doing lead generation campaigns, brand campaigns, marketing campaigns, trials, skincare, erectile dysfunction, how to get your ex back, auto insurance, health insurance, rent to own, you name it. I am in all spaces, and I currently still do. I own a marketing corporation, and we do a lot of marketing for several companies on several different niches. But to do that, we had to develop in-house systems, in-house scripts and tools, because when you go out to do mass media buys on mobile ad platforms, in native ad platforms, in social ad platforms, in PPC ad platforms, you get massive amounts of traffic, like I mean millions. And it's really hard to know or to figure out what is that person actually interested on. So to get them interested on a skincare product or a weight loss product, if you just run massive with an advertorial, which is usually how you do it, you need to go broad and optimize, and I'm not gonna get too much into the details of that because we're gonna be here all day. It's hard, and you have to spend thousands upon thousands of dollars. So what we started doing, we started developing in-house systems and scripts where people will come to our pages and they will like the way they works is like they raise their hand and tell us, yes, I'm interested on that specifically. All right. So now we're able to tell, all right, this person said that he's interested on that. Now that person goes and they need to tell us again. So they go into a little pre-phrase system. I'm not gonna reveal exactly the steps because all my competitors, they want this and I'm not gonna give it to them. But basically the person now raises their hand, and then we send them through a little process like where they actually have to tell us that they want it. And once they go that, then it's a 3-step process, and then is when we send them to the actual offer. That's, if you're buying traffic from Rock Solid Traffic, only then is when they go and see your link. Again, you might not get 50, 60, 70, 80% opt-in rates that like you might get on solo ad, but we already saw what's that good for. It's not about the 30 or 40% opt-in rate, it's about the quality. What we guarantee you is that when that person comes in, right, that person it's fresh, it's new blood. Somebody who has not been spammed to hell with a million other business opportunities. If Am I saying that that person does not belong to other marketers list? No, I got no way to know that. Our tests show that most likely no, they belong to 0 or maybe 1, 2, or 3, but not 200, that's for sure, right? So imagine that you're able to present your pitch, your offer to somebody who is interested for the first time into learning how to make money online. What are your chances of being able to close the deal with that person? Somebody who is not already a skeptic, somebody who is not coming here yelling scam, scam, scam. Think about it for a second. So it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. Having somebody, a fresh, cold traffic, that you're able to grab that person by the hand and show them how to make money and get them into your business opportunity. That's what we're doing. That's what we're all about in Rock Solid Traffic. So thank you for watching. Sorry that I took so long, but I felt that I had to clear the space and teach you guys all this so that you have a clear mind on how is a solo ad way different than this traffic source, because one will never compare to the other one. No, you cannot compare rates. What you compare is quality of person, having somebody who is fresh, somebody who has not beat to death with offer after offer, somebody that you know that solo ad seller will not be emailing them 3 other offers 3 times a day, that now you're competing with that solo ad seller because he won that click again, because he can charge 60, 70, 80 cents for that click. Keep that in mind, all right? So thank you for watching. This is your boy, Manny Hernandez. And remember, it's not about the money. It's about the freedom.